Hi everyone. So there's a shift happening in someone's energy towards you right now, and it's not subtle. What I'm picking up on is intense, physical, and deeply magnetic. Someone might be feeling a pull toward you that goes beyond friendship, beyond casual interest, beyond anything they can rationalize or control. And the energy around this feels raw, honest, and potentially very close to manifesting in the physical realm. If you've been sensing a certain heat in the air, a tension that feels different from what you've experienced before with this person, you're not making it up. Let me be clear about what I'm sensing here, because this message is about attraction, desire, and the possibility of a very real, very physical connection that could be developing. This isn't about romance in the traditional sense, though romance might be part of it. This is about chemistry, about bodies recognizing each other before minds can catch up, about that undeniable pull that makes someone want to be closer to you in ways they might not have fully admitted to themselves yet. There's a strong possibility that someone in your energy field has been thinking about you in ways that would probably surprise you if you knew the full extent of it. Not just, I wonder how they're doing thoughts, but visceral, physical imaginings. Moments where they catch themselves fantasizing about what it would be like to touch you, to be alone with you, to cross the boundary from whatever you are now into something much more intimate. And what's interesting about this energy is that it might be coming from someone you wouldn't necessarily expect. This could be someone who's been in your life in a different capacity, someone who's been holding back these feelings because the timing wasn't right, because they weren't sure you felt the same way, or because acknowledging this attraction would complicate things. But energy like this doesn't stay contained forever. It builds, it intensifies, and eventually it finds a way to express itself. If you've been feeling unexplained attraction energy around you. Now, let me talk about who this person might be and what could be driving this intense pull towards you. This could be someone you already know, possibly someone you've had some kind of connection with before but never pursued physically. Maybe there's been flirtation that never went anywhere, tension that was never addressed, moments where you both felt something but neither of you acted on it. Or this could be someone newer in your life, someone who came in recently and has been caught off guard by how strongly they're attracted to you. They might have thought it would be casual, surface level, easy to manage, but instead they're finding that you've gotten under their skin in a way they didn't anticipate. What I'm sensing is that this person sees something in you that they find absolutely magnetic. It might be your confidence, the way you carry yourself, the energy you put out into the world without even trying. There's something about you that makes them feel alive, curious, drawn in, and physically, they might be very aware of you in that way. The way you move, the way you laugh. Small details that most people wouldn't notice, but that they've been cataloging without meaning to. Your hands, your neck, the curve of your smile. Things that have been living in their mind, creating a pull they're having a hard time ignoring. Here's what's important to understand. This kind of attraction often comes with resistance, especially if this person has reasons to hold back. Maybe they're worried about ruining a friendship. Maybe there are external complications like distance, timing, or other people involved. Maybe they're fighting it because they know that once they cross this line with you, there's no going back to how things were before. But resistance only works for so long. Eventually, the desire to act on these feelings could become stronger than the fear of consequences. What I'm picking up on is that this person might be approaching a point where they're ready to make a move, where the tension has built to a level that feels unsustainable, where they're tired of wondering and ready to find out if you feel this too. This could manifest in different ways. Maybe they'll create an opportunity to be alone with you. Maybe they'll make their interest known through more obvious flirtation, more intentional touch, more direct communication. Maybe they'll say something that makes their intentions unmistakably clear. Or maybe it'll be more spontaneous than that. A moment where the energy between you becomes so charged that words aren't necessary, where both of you just know, and the physical space between you dissolves without either of you planning it. Let me be honest about what this energy feels like it could be building toward. This might not be about a committed relationship, at least not initially. What I'm sensing is more primal than that. This feels like attraction in its purest form, chemistry that demands to be explored, a physical connection that both of you might need to experience before you can even think clearly about what it means or where it could go. That doesn't mean it can't develop into something deeper. Physical chemistry can absolutely be the foundation for profound emotional intimacy. But it's also possible that this is about exploring desire, experiencing pleasure, and allowing yourselves to be fully present in the physical realm together without needing to define it or put labels on it right away. If you've been craving that kind of unfiltered, passionate, present connection, this energy could be responding to that desire within you. Now, let's talk about your role in all of this, because you're not just a passive participant waiting for someone to make a move. Your energy right now might actually be calling this in. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you could be radiating an openness to physical connection, to pleasure, to experiencing your body as a source of joy and intimacy, and that energy is magnetic. It draws people who are ready to meet you there. There's a possibility that you've been doing your own internal work around sexuality, desire, and embodiment. Maybe you've been releasing shame or old patterns that kept you disconnected from your physical self. Maybe you've been learning to own your attraction, to stop apologizing for wanting what you want, to step into your full sensual power. And as you do that work, you naturally attract people who can match that energy, who aren't intimidated by your confidence, who see your openness as an invitation rather than a threat. So if this person is coming toward you with clear physical intentions, it might be because you've created the energetic space for that kind of connection to emerge. Comment magnetic if you've been feeling more confident in your sensual energy. But let's also talk about discernment here, because just because someone wants you physically doesn't automatically mean engaging with that energy is the right choice for you. You get to decide what you're available for. You get to set the terms. You get to ask questions about intentions, about safety, about what this person is actually offering beyond the physical heat. If someone is coming to you with pure desire but no emotional availability, no respect for your boundaries, no willingness to communicate clearly, that's important information. Physical chemistry is powerful, but it's not everything. What I'm sensing is that you're being invited to check in with yourself about what you actually want from this situation if it unfolds. Are you looking for something purely physical? Something that scratches an itch, fulfills a need, and doesn't require emotional entanglement? If so, and if this person is on the same page, that can be a beautiful, consensual, satisfying experience. Or are you someone who needs emotional connection alongside physical intimacy? Someone who can't fully enjoy the physical without feeling safe, seen, and cared for on a deeper level? If that's you, then you might need to have some clarifying conversations before letting this progress. Neither approach is wrong. It's about knowing yourself and honoring what's true for you, not what you think you should want or what would make this person happy. Because here's what I'm picking up on very clearly. You have the power in this dynamic. Even if they're the one making the move, You're the one who decides if and how it happens. You set the pace, you establish the boundaries, you determine what you're comfortable with, and a person who truly respects you will honor that. They'll match your energy, communicate clearly, and make sure you feel safe and enthusiastic every step of the way. If someone is pushing, pressuring, or trying to bypass your boundaries in pursuit of physical connection, that's not alignment. That's not the energy you want to engage with, no matter how strong the chemistry feels. Let me also address the possibility that this physical connection could actually deepen into something more meaningful over time. Sometimes the most profound relationships start with undeniable physical chemistry, with bodies recognizing each other before hearts and minds catch up. There's nothing wrong with attraction being the entry point, as long as both people are willing to explore what else might be there. If you and this person do cross into physical intimacy, pay attention to what happens after. Do they still show up? Do they communicate? Do they treat you with the same interest and respect? Or does the energy shift once the tension is released? Those post-intimacy moments will tell you a lot about whether this has the potential to become something more or if it's meant to stay in the realm of physical connection only. And either outcome is valid. You don't have to turn every sexual encounter into a relationship. You don't have to feel guilty if you enjoy someone's body without wanting to build a life with them. As long as everyone involved is honest, consenting, and on the same page, you're free to explore connection however it feels right to you. What I'm sensing is that you're entering a phase where you might be ready to experience pleasure without guilt, passion without overthinking, and physical intimacy as something sacred and joyful rather than something you need to justify or explain. Now, let's talk about timing, because the energy around this feels relatively imminent. If this hasn't happened yet, it could be very close. We might be talking days or weeks, not months. The tension is building, the attraction is intensifying, and the opportunity for this to manifest physically could be approaching. You might notice signs, more eye contact that lasts a beat too long, conversations that feel charged with subtext, physical proximity that feels intentional, touches that linger, energy that makes your body respond before your mind can analyze what's happening. Trust those instincts. Your body knows when someone is interested. It picks up on the subtle cues, the shifts in energy, the unspoken invitations. And if you're interested too, you don't have to play games or pretend otherwise. You can meet that energy openly. You can flirt back. You can create opportunities for closeness. You can communicate your interest in ways that feel authentic and empowering to you, because part of owning your sensual power is being willing to express desire, not just receive it, to be an active participant in creating the experiences you want, rather than waiting passively for someone else to make all the moves. Drop A if you're ready to own your desire without apology. As we move toward closing this message, I want to leave you with some grounded, practical reminders alongside the passion and possibility. First, prioritize your safety, always. If you're going to be physically intimate with someone, make sure you're in a safe environment, that someone knows where you are, and that you trust this person's respect for your boundaries and well-being. Second, communicate clearly. Don't assume you're on the same page about what this means or where it's going. Have actual conversations about intentions, expectations, and boundaries before clothes come off. It might feel less spontaneous, but it will save you from potential hurt and confusion later. Third, listen to your intuition. If something feels off, if your gut is telling you to slow down or step back, honor that. Chemistry can be intoxicating, but it shouldn't override your inner knowing. You can be attracted to someone and still choose not to act on it if the circumstances aren't right. And finally, remember that your worth isn't determined by whether someone desires you physically. You are valuable, beautiful, and deserving of respect regardless of who is or isn't attracted to you. This potential connection is an addition to your life, not a validation of your existence. You were whole before this energy emerged, and you'll be whole after, regardless of how it unfolds. What I'm sensing most strongly is that you're being invited to experience pleasure, passion, and physical connection from a place of empowerment rather than need, to explore your desires consciously and unapologetically, to honor your body as something sacred and worthy of joyful, consensual experiences. Whether this manifests with this specific person or someone else entirely, whether it becomes something ongoing or stays as a beautiful moment in time, whether it leads to emotional depth or remains purely physical, you get to decide what serves you. Trust yourself, know your worth, communicate your needs, and allow yourself to experience the full spectrum of human connection, including the physical, without shame or apology. You deserve to be desired. You deserve to feel wanted. You deserve passionate, respectful, enthusiastic connection with people who see you as the incredible being you are. May you move through this experience with clarity, confidence, and deep respect for yourself and your boundaries. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust that you know exactly what's right for you. You are magnetic, you are powerful, and you are worthy of every beautiful, pleasurable experience your heart and body have been craving. Stay grounded, stay clear, stay true to yourself, and remember that the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. Everything else is just an opportunity to share the fullness of who you are with someone who's ready to meet you there. Trust your instincts, honor your desires, protect your peace, and know that whatever unfolds, you're exactly where you need to be.